Welcome back, everybody. My name is... I'm not ready for the blowers yet. No, not the blower! No problem. As I was saying, it's time to do the beach ball blower bonanza. Let's go! Welcome back, everybody. My name is Andrew, and this is Kite Army. So I'm gonna give you a warning. I'm pretty excited today. I've been waiting for this day for about 3 years since I did my last beach ball blower bonanza. Check out this table. This table is full of 10 of the most popular cordless blowers available at Home Depot. Check them all out. And what I'm gonna do today here is one of my favorite videos, the beach ball blower bonanza, in addition to some other tests. So we're gonna find out how these guys perform. All right, so before we jump into checking out these blowers and doing some testing, I actually need to talk to you about some of the numbers you're gonna see when you're shopping for one of these blowers. There's two types of numbers. The first set is CFM and miles per hour, MPH. So CFM is cubic feet per minute. Now, an example of something that moves a lot of CFM is a box fan, but not so good at moving leaves. Now, miles per hour, a great example of something that gives a lot of miles per hour is a air compressor, but again, since it's a narrow stream, it doesn't do a great job of moving leaves. So you're looking for a blower that has high CFM and high miles per hour. If you want to move a lot of leaves, you're looking for a performance blower. So keep that in mind. Now, the second thing has to do with battery power. Now, battery power, there's two numbers, voltage and amp hours. Now, you're going to see on these boxes 80 volts, 40 volts. Don't let that confuse you because there's another side to the equation, amp hours. Now, there's a formula where you can take those two numbers and multiply them together to get something called watt hours. And that gives you the total power density of these batteries. So if you're shopping for a blower and you're looking for power and longer run times, make sure you consider watt hours. Remember, the higher the watt hour number, the better the performance. Now let's go and check out these models. So for the purpose of this video, I'm gonna keep the description of each one of these 10 blowers real simple, just the basic features. Now, if you're looking for more and you're a glutton for punishment, there'll be a link somewhere down here. Just be patient because there are 10 blowers. I'll try to get them all up there as soon as I can. Now, when you're in there looking for those links, feel free to meander over here and hit that subscribe and like. I'd really appreciate that. Anyway, let's go and check these blowers out. Yowzers, that was a lot of information, but don't worry because I have your back. I've got you a spreadsheet. So clearly there's a lot going on in this table, but let me point out to you the things that I think are most important. In the CFM column, the cubic feet per minute, the Toro is rated the highest. It's 605 CFM according to the manufacturer. Now this rating makes it 18% higher than the average in this group. Now in the miles per hour category, the Ego at 168 miles per hour was the highest there, and that's 38% higher than the average in this group. Now in the battery category, the watt hours, again the Ego was the highest at 280 watt hours. Now that's a significant 87% higher than the average of this group. That's pretty impressive. Now in the cost, we're looking for the lowest number. The Ryobi was the lowest there at $160. All right, guys, so we just saw all the manufacturer's numbers, and that's all good and well, but here at Kite Army, we're a trust but verify operation, meaning I want to test this stuff. So that's exactly what we're going to do here today. Here's the first test. It's a power test. What we're going to do is we're going to put all these blowers on maximum power turbo. We're going to give you all we got, and we're going to try to raise those balls up. The highest the balls goes, the more power. So let's do this.
Are you ready, St. Petersburg?
If you got the power, put your fist in the air like this.
All right, guys, so we just finished off test number 1, and that was the power test. Test number 2 is just important. It's the battery runtime test. So in this test, what we're gonna do is we're gonna run these blowers as long as we can until the batteries are fully depleted. Now, before this test started, I charged the batteries. They're topped off, they're ready to go. Also, during this test, I'm gonna try to adjust the blower so the balls stayed equal height so we can compare things all equally. Let's do it. 4 minutes, guys. We're close to equal. That's as good as it gets. Almost 5 minutes. Dewalt died right around 12 minutes. Big surprise there. Just died in about 15 and a half minutes. Echo is out of the competition. All right, Worx just quit around 15 and like 45 seconds, so Worx is now out. Guys, we are approaching the 20-minute mark. This is a real deal. I still got 6 blowers working. Lost the Toro. It's about 22 minutes in. Toro down. Snapper is now out of the game. It's 23 and a half minutes. Snapper's done. Ryobi just quit, same time, about 23 and Milwaukee, right at around 26 minutes, the Milwaukee quit. We're down to 2 blowers, folks. We're down to 1 blower, folks. We are left with the ego. Let's see how long this goes for. All right, guys. We are still going here with the ego. We are almost at the 40-minute mark. I've all been cleaned up. Maybe I'll go inside and cook dinner next. This guy's going the distance. Ego just finished up, guys. That was quite a test. And like last year, the ego came on top on the performance and the runtime. So by a show of hands, let's see who does not like beach balls anymore. Just me? So guys, I finally finished up the beach ball blower Bonanza tests, and I feel like they were very fruitful, but I don't want to do a lot of interpretation like I normally do during a wrap-up. I feel like those videos stand on their own. The one cool thing is there was some real great consistency. Black & Decker at the bottom, ego at the top in both tests, the power test and the battery runtime. That's pretty cool. Now, there are a few standout blowers I want to talk to you about. Number 1 is Milwaukee, and I only have this on the list because I know some of you out there, that's right, I'm talking to you, who are like, I'm a Milwaukee guy, no matter what I saw or what you tell me, I'm a Milwaukee guy. I have Milwaukee batteries, I'm staying with Milwaukee. The Milwaukee kind of did mid-pack. It didn't perform really great or horribly. It just did okay. So for those guys, you can get a mediocre blower if you like. The second blower I'd like to talk about is the Worx. This guy is actually one of the cheapest, and it's absolutely the lightest in the category. So if you have a very small property and you're looking for a very light blower, definitely consider the Worx. Now, the Ryobi was the third blower I'd like to talk to you about. The Ryobi, again, did okay, and I know some of you are looking for the lowest cost blower, and this is absolutely the lowest cost on my list. However, you do sacrifice a lot with this blower. For example, it's not a brushless motor like many of the other blowers. The build construction and quality, it's just not there. It feels like a really cheap throwaway blower. It might work for you though. So the fourth blower on the list is the Ego. Now this shouldn't be a surprise to any of you, and that is because the Ego had the most power and ran the longest. In fact, speaking of running the longest, it ran a total of 40 minutes, which was 15 minutes longer than its nearest competitor. It gave me enough time, as you saw in that little video, to break everything down, and it was still running. It was really impressive. The other impressive thing about the Ego is just the build quality. You can look at it and see this is a quality, rugged piece of equipment. Anyway, with that, guys, I need to get out of here, so please make sure you subscribe to my channel, like this video, check out all my other content, and I'll see you guys around real soon. We're gonna be doing Beach Ball Blower Bonanza. I didn't feel that. Beach Ball Blower Bonanza. Oh, yeah. That was worth it. Woo. Good shot, mate.